Hello and welcome, my name is Zane and in this video we'll be covering the results from farming 100 Ranarr seeds. And for this one we had 76 farming and we also used magic secateurs and ultra compost on every patch, which was to increase the yield as much as possible. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Drew Blair for the suggestion for this video. But with that covered, let's get right into it. So for this one we managed to get 31k XP overall, although keep in mind this is more of an exceptional stat than usual because this isn't measured in an hourly way. The best way to think about this is that for most people it would take around 15 to 20 farm runs to get this much experience, which essentially means that this is going to take you at least a day, if not longer, of farming to get. In other words, it's absolutely terrible as a training method, although that was a given and it is farming anyway. Probably one of the most important stats here is the profit that we got, and for this one we managed to get 1.66 mil overall. And again, this stat is different from usual because it can't really be measured on a per hourly basis. Instead, you can pretty much regard it as totally passive income, or as close to that as you can get in a game like old school Runescape. Perhaps the most important thing about this though is that this method is pretty much accessible to almost every member player in the game. So when you think of this as an early game passive way of getting a bond, for example, it starts to look really good. Using 100 seeds we managed to get 821 Ranarrs in total, which essentially means that you're getting around about 8 to 8.5 herbs for every seed you're going to use, and that is with some seed deaths as well. Just keep in mind that both the prices of the herbs and the seeds can fluctuate quite wildly, so it's a good idea to look instead at the average yield to get a good idea of how much profit you can expect to make. And on that note, if you check the description of this video, I'll leave a link to the wiki that can show you calculations so you can see around about the average profit per seed you can expect at current prices. And again, just keep in mind that is going to change over time. And finally, across 100 seeds we managed to only lose 5 of them in total. And that is obviously already factored into the profit stat. Essentially this just means that for every herb seed you're planting, it has a 5% chance to die and a 95% chance of growing to completion. Which again solidifies this as a method that anyone can do, because even if you're a low level player, it's incredibly unlikely that you're not going to make a profit on every single run. Overall, this is a fantastic way for any player to maintain a bond with literally almost no effort required. And it's also great if you're a casual player as well, because doing around 100 herb seeds in a week is incredibly easy to do, and won't take longer than an hour of your time. So whether you're strapped for cash or time, I do recommend you give this a go, especially if you're a newer player. But with all of that said, that is it for the findings of this video, so I do hope you enjoyed and found it helpful. As always, if you've got anything you'd like to see me cover, then drop me a line and I'll see what I can do to make it happen. Although do keep in mind that I have got around 2 weeks of suggestions to work through first, so it might take me a little while to get to yours, but I will get round to it. But with all of that said, that's it for me. That is it from me for this one. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day as always, and I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!